new Boris system will look like. You'll be having new bars at the top, new icons, and layouts within your system. So as Shatu mentioned, you can already see the Boris system looks slightly different. So what you'll probably be used to is having your tabs along the top. We now have this bar to navigate through the Boris system. So with these expanding tabs, you can go through into all the sections within Boris. One of the biggest updates we've actually got in this new UI is the customer section. So what you'll probably be used to at the moment is customers being able to store things like documents, contacts, for example. But what we've now got is an all-in-one central location for all your customer information. So if I click into a customer, for example, you can see you've got these tabs along the top. So you can actually now store things like your reports, your jobs, your pricing, all in this customer location instead of going through to the separate tabs. What we've also got with the new UI is the ability to actually manage your jobs from within the site location itself. So instead of going through to the planner, for example, which you can still do, you can actually come and manage all of your jobs from the site location itself. So I could add a job here, and you can see it's already filled out my customer and my location because we're in this setting. All I need to do now is add my user in. So I can add a user. We've also got the ability to add multiple users. So say you've got multiple people working on this job, I can select them from here, add things like my postcode in, my contact, for example, and then you can add that job in there. Within the site location, we've also got our reports. So like I mentioned, instead of going to reports and all reports, it's all in this one place. So you can see here, it already looks slightly different, but you've still got these drop-down lists. The benefit of the new UI with these drop-downs is multi-select. So instead of probably what you might be used to running the reports for one user and then a second user, you can actually multi-select now and apply those filters, and it'll pull through a list of all of the multi-selects you've grabbed on there. As you can see, I'm in a new report format. One benefit we've got is adding a photo from the actual portal itself. So any photos that have been captured on site will pull through, but now you can actually add a photo from here. So I could add an attachment, browse from my files, for example. I'll then put a Boris logo in there, save that, and that will add into my report there. Our new CRM module gives you the ability to track sales activity, gives you the ability to manage client communications, and even log opportunities and be able to draw out your communications and notes. As you can see here, you'll be able to see the stage that where your lead is at. So if you get an inquiry through a phone call, an email, you'll be able to log this. You'll be able to have different stages, as you can see here. You can have different stages of tenders, and you can also have the ability to see who's won, who's been paid, and which clients you've lost. So you can all see a full overview of your sales process. You are able to add a new lead, and we get an inquiry. You can click add lead, and you'll be able to add your lead into the system. So you can put account name, site, opportunity owner. For example, I'll say that I'm the opportunity owner, the lead name, who the contact is at that opportunity, what industry they're from, what is the source that this inquiry is coming. We've got different stages, proposal sent, quote sent. You'll have all the different dates, follow-up actions, and also what departments it's within. Once you obviously log that lead, it will sit nice and neatly at the different stages that your basically opportunity is at. You can click into this tender or opportunity that you have. You'll see all the lead details, what the contract value is, what you've done, who you've spoken to. You can obviously click edit and attach any quote you wish and to that opportunity. You'll also be able to attach invoices onto there as well, and you'll also be able to, at the bottom, see an activity report against your opportunity. So as Shatu mentioned, it's not just the portal, it's the app as well that's had a facelift. So what I'll show you now is what you'll probably already be used to is the old Boris. So you can see here, this is the old Boris app. If I jump across, this is now the new Boris app, and there's a few functionalities that we've got updated in here that I want to run through with you. So as you can see, we've still got our scheduled work in there, but like we mentioned before in that site location, you can add your postcode in. So this can work with postcode or what 3 words But if you've got your operative out on site, they need to know where their location is. You can simply just click through to the postcode and it'll route them to their location. So this can link to my sat-nav on my phone, for example, route me to that location. I could then, once I've arrived, click back to Boris, and that job's sat waiting for me, ready to pick up where I left off, for example. As Shatu mentioned, we have a range of new features. The one that is my favourite and I want to show you is the expense forms. So if I go through to other forms, for example, from here I can select my customer location and I can complete that expense form. So we've got a range of compliance forms added in here, but the expense form is personally my favourite, so I'll bring you through this one. If I go to new form here, for example, what you've got is the ability to select your expense type. So you've got your operatives, they might be working away for the week, they might need hotel, they might need food, mileage, or any other activities, for example. And then you can see the form dynamically changes it depending on the type of expense that they're carrying out. For example, if I click mileage, it asks for my mileage, vehicle registration. If I select food, for example, it wants my establishment name. So say I've gone to Subway, for example, I can put my expense in here, I can put my department, say I have operations, I can put my line manager in there, and then I can put my establishment name. Then what you can do is select the price. So I could put, say it's £7, and I can select the VAT rate as well. What the Boris app will do is actually work out the overall price, including the VAT, and then you can have a breakdown of the VAT cost and the net cost as well. Then what they've got the ability to do is upload or attach photos. So I could take a photo of my receipt, for example. If I take a photo of my receipt, upload that onto the form, what that'll do is pull all that information through to the back portal. You've also got a full sign-off, so I can attach my signature to this, for example, and it'll give you an overview. So you can actually do multiple expenses within this one form. If you have mileage as well as food, it will show you that overview and that total. I can then save that, that'll shoot back to the portal, and you've got a full overview of expenses within the company.